Greetings, everyone, and welcome to my podcast, A Psychologist Looks at Scripture. My name is Peter Doherty. As you know, I'm a Catholic priest and a psychologist. I like to do something special for Lent and Advent. Last Easter, I set up an internet retreat. This Christmas, I want to talk about the spirituality of New Year's resolutions. I feel very strongly about this topic, and I'm surprised the Church doesn't say more about New Year's resolutions. I believe there is something spiritual happening when people at the end of the year look at their lives and make decisions about where they can do better, or acknowledging where they're being held back. In many cases, they attempt to make changes. Sadly, though, they're seldom successful. I did an informal survey about people's experiences with their New Year's resolutions, and almost all have given up and don't believe that resolutions can last. I know this from personal experience. I like to work out in a gym, and every January the gym is full of newcomers, anxious to get started on an exercise program. Usually by February or early March, most have given up and the gym is not crowded anymore. This is sad, as these people wanted to make positive changes but gave up. As a priest and a psychologist, I recognize that New Year's resolutions are an attempt to change our life for the better, to let go of bad habits and adopt more positive new habits. We can talk about spirituality, mental health, social life, emotional life, etc. And while we can talk about them separately, we must not forget that they do impact each other. Improvements in one area of our lives can bring about positive change in other areas of our lives. Many people do not realize that they may be sabotaging their plans to achieve their goals. Let's take a look at resolutions in general. So many times people talk about their goal without looking at the process to achieve their goal. They don't take into account issues that need to be addressed before they will be successful. Making changes in one's life is not easy. We are creatures of habit. I would like to provide some direction for those who would like to have their resolutions result in positive changes in their lives. Please feel free to make comments below. I will answer questions. You can send me an email at peter.doherty, DOHERTYOMI@gmail.com. If you prefer, hopefully some of my suggestions will be helpful. Others may not be. Use whatever works. I just want to stress this is not medical or psychological treatment or advice, but just some reflections for you to hope improve your life. Take what will ever be useful to you. The first thing I suggest is to be as specific as possible about what your goals are. Vague goals such as I want to feel better or look better are not likely to be achieved. Having measurable goals can be helpful to monitor your progress. Knowing how committed you are will give you some idea of how successful you will be. Likely your commitment will change over time, but knowing your level of motivation can give you insight into your chances of success. So let's try an example. I'm going to lose weight as in my New Year's resolutions. I would like to suggest that you first rank your level of motivation from a scale to 1 to 10, with 10 being totally committed and 1 not being committed at all. Be honest with yourself. If you scored less than 7, you will not likely be successful. Let's assume your score is above 7. The more motivated you are, the more likely you will be successful. If your scale is below 7, you may want to reduce your goal so that you will be successful. Next, make a list of possible situations that will reduce your chances of success. Examples could be you're too busy or stressed with something more pressing. Do you have a habit of giving up quickly? Is the behavior you want to change enjoyable or a response to a need? For example, if you smoke to deal with stress, you might want to look at other ways to deal with stress. Are there some benefits to the behavior you want to change? If you enjoy dinner parties where alcohol is being served, you might find it difficult to give up alcohol. Most of our bad habits started as a way to achieve something. I often listen to videos on YouTube, and I like to watch the video, My 600-Pound Life. The television show is about people with weight issues trying to lose weight. What is worth noting is that in many cases, the people use food as a way to soothe themselves. I suspect they're not going to be successful in their weight loss until they find healthier ways to soothe themselves. If you smoke or drink to calm your nerves, you will have difficulty stopping until you find a way to calm your nerves in a healthy way. Next, ask yourself, what are you prepared to do to achieve your goals? Some people say, for example, I'm going to go to a gym and get a gym membership and work out 3 hours a week. That sounds reasonable, but I still ask myself if the full 3 hours will be actually spent in the gym. I remind the person that they will have to get to the gym and get home afterwards. I then ask them what they are prepared to give up so that they can free up 3 hours in their schedule. The choice of the gym is important too. There may be an excellent gym on the other end of town, or one closer to home. I recommend to choose the closest, to be the simple reason that when you're tired, it'll be easier to talk yourself out of going to the gym if it's the least convenient. I urge you to get a buddy to join you, to support you and encourage you in those times that you feel like skipping. I urge you to be reasonable in making the decision to lose 30 pounds, as it may be too ambitious of a goal to start with. Start with 10, and if you achieve it, you can add more or wait to the next New Year's. You are moving in the right direction. As I mentioned previously, find several ways to measure your progress. Many people will be successful if they see changes. Obviously, the weight scale will help, but I also urge you to measure your waist, arms, and thighs. If you're going to the gym, you will likely not lose weight but gain muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat, so you may be successful in reducing your body fat, but not necessarily successful at losing the weight. I don't want you to get frustrated and give up, especially when you're making valuable changes in your life. You might want to include diet as part of your plan to lose weight. Start with manageable targets, no drastic changes. Maybe start by reducing snacks in the evening while you're watching TV. Know what your triggers are. Triggers are events that are associated with the behavior you want to change. So, for example, if you're used to having a cigarette and a coffee break at your work break time, don't be surprised if you have a craving to smoke the next time you have a coffee break. Avoiding triggers can help reduce the cravings. Get help. If you have problems quitting smoking, for example, your doctor may be able to prescribe the patch. If you're having trouble reducing your alcohol intake, discuss your options with your physician. There are medications that might be able to help you. There is no shame in getting the help you need. Being stuck when you could do something about it doesn't make sense. Swallow your pride and choose success. Your success is not any less real because you had help. Watch out for all or none thinking. If you have a relapse, don't give up. I have great respect for Alcoholics Anonymous, but if a member has a relapse, they have to start all over again. For many people, that is too difficult. There's got to be another way. I propose a step plan. Let me give you an example. Going back to the example of the individual wanting to do 3 hours in the gym. The first step might be assessing your motivation, deciding how you would measure your progress, and planning for challenges. The second step would be preparing for the gym. If you haven't been in the gym in over a month, I don't recommend wasting your money on a gym membership. Having a gym membership card does not necessarily translate into losing weight. Rather, start small. So, for example, decide to walk 10 minutes a day during your noon hour. If you can go each day for a full week, you could add 5 minutes on each day for the following week. If you were not able to do the 5 days or the 50 minutes, you stay at the same stage until you can. It's not a race. Even if you are not able to add time, you're still doing over 3 hours of exercise a month that you were not doing before. Have a contingency plan if the weather is poor or life intrudes and you cannot go on your walk. Build in little rewards for halfway points or milestones. I urge you to reconsider if you decide you cannot be successful with New Year's resolutions. Yes, I know letting go of bad habits and embracing healthy habits can seem daunting. It's a process of being firm and gentle with yourself. Be patient. As I've said many times, progress takes time. Please let me know of your progress. If you have any questions or concerns, you can email me at peter.doherty@gmail.com. Or if you are on YouTube, leave a comment in the comment section and let's start a conversation. I want to wish you well on your plans and wishing you all a very happy and successful new year. God bless.